Hi everyone, I'm Jan Addams and I'm the president and founder of Image to Interior. And what we do is we create interiors around your style, not our style. And as a 25-year veteran in the industry, I get asked this question a lot, and this is something I want to address today. It is, should I renovate or sell? So this is a very tough decision that has to be made, and I'm going to give an example of one of my clients here. And what we do in order to aid in this process is I ask 8 simple questions, and the answers to those questions will lead to the next step. So the first question was, do you still love your area? In other words, the neighborhood, the amenities, everything that's there. If you do, if the answer is yes, then we move on to number 2. Number 2 is, do you still love more things in the house than dislike? Because we can move walls. That's not a problem, and we can make it more functional, more up-to-date, and all of that. So that's not an issue. So, but you should love more things than dislike, or otherwise it might end up costing you more than it's worthwhile. And so number 3, are you willing to spend at least another 7 to 10 years in your space? And the reason that I say 7 to 10 years is that that's usually the time frame that things start to look dated. And so if you know that you're going to be there for at least 7 to 10 years, then you know you're going to get the most value out of that renovation. Now, if you're renovating to sell, whole different ballgame, and we go at it in a different direction. So we've got, do you love it? Do you love more things in the house? And are you willing to spend, another 7 to 10 years there? The fourth thing is, do you have a realistic budget for the renovation? So in other words, you don't have to sell to create the renovation. What you do is you have cash in the bank or some loan that you can get, because you're going to need that to pay for things like, well, hey, a designer. And believe me, we help you make less mistakes, and we actually are far more beneficial than a cost. We're very, very cost effective, especially when you share your budget with us, because that's our job. So it's very critical. Also, I usually recommend that my clients have a 10 to 15% contingency fund, just in case any of those little surprises, because you know what, when a wall goes down, you don't know what's behind it. So rather than be all upset about it, if you have a little bit of money set aside in case that happens, that's critical. So budget is number 4. Number 5 is, are you a good decision maker? And by making those decisions, can you also make compromises? Because you're going to have to do those, and sometimes very quickly, because a wall goes down and all of a sudden we got to decide, oh shoot, we can't do that now. What are we going to do? So you've got to be able to move very quickly in a design process like that. So number 6 is, are you a good communicator? Now, being a good communicator is important, because you want to make sure that whoever is involved, whether it's your designer or your contractor, that you're communicating what your real needs are and your wants, and your budget, because it's really important that we value each other and we trust each other to give you the end result. It's not about a hide and seek game. This is about trying to pull through, because we've all got the same objective, getting you the most beautiful space in the least amount of time and the most cost effective. So that's important to be able to do that. Now, the next thing that you want to do is, I'm going to go through this in just a moment, is, can you handle having multiple people in your house, strangers? And I'm not talking about the designer, and I'm not talking about the contractor. I'm talking about people that are going to come in, the different tradespeople that are going to be pulling out things and then putting new things back in to create that wonderful theme. Are you okay with that process? So that's important, because your project could take anywhere from 3 months to 2 years, depending on the size of it. Now, the last one is, are you calm? And do you have a sense of humor? Because believe me, there are so many things that can happen in a renovation. It's almost like having a 2-year-old. And you know how things come out of a 2-year-old's mouth and you're just like, oh my goodness, where did that come from? Well, if walls could talk, my goodness, the type of things that I have seen in my time. Anyway, I'm going to show you an example of my clients decided after they went through all of this was yes, 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 we want to stay, we have the budget, we have all of these things, and this is what our wants and needs are. So this is an example of what their kitchen looked like before, and it was a very nice kitchen. There was nothing, you know, terribly wrong, but they were having problem with the functionality of it and the space plan of it. So, and this is the bedroom, and the owner was just very, very tired of the colors. So that gives you an idea. Now what I'm going to do is quickly go through what we actually ended up doing. So I'll just move this up here. And what I do is I start with what I call design dominoes. That's my process, is we start with art. So in other words, we start with the art because the art will lead to the style and the color as well as the budget. So it's very important. It leads to your budget, it leads to the color direction, it leads to existing elements because it's going to set a certain theme going on, and as well as you want to make it around your existing features. And then you build those into your floor plans to create the grand theme. So that's design dominoes, and every step affects the other one, so it's very important. So this is examples of what we ended up doing. If you would have seen in the last shot, is we actually closed a wall and opened a wall. We actually opened this area in here and created a whole different indoor-outdoor environment because our people, my clients, are great entertainers, and they wanted so much to be able to share their beautiful space with their friends and family. And so by being able to incorporate, and as you're going to see, their kitchen a little different. So this is the end result. So renovation can be frustrating, can be so joyous because the results are awesome. So I'm Jan Addams, and if you need help with a renovation and you need that decision, please give me a call at 604-936-4246 or email me at guru@image2interior.com. I'm Jan Addams. I'm Simply Me by Design, trying to help you be simply you by design.